Hello, good morning. How the heck are you? My name is Plague. We're back with another episode of Super Street, episode 4. Um, so basically, I got a few tips and tricks for you today. Tips and tricks. The first one would be, well, I want to go over, first of all, you see the car is a little bit different from the previous episode. And that's basically because I had one recorded, but I wasn't happy with it. So we made some changes on it. And I figured out a few things as well during the course of that episode. So if we come to the garage, we can see this is where I kind of want to start our tips and tricks. So basically, you see me upgrade braking and stuff in previous episodes, and that actually did really help. It helped the braking and the handling. But what I've noticed, there's a few things that I've noticed that you can do in game to help brake and take those turns a little bit easier. And I'll do that when in our next race. But I just wanted to say that that does actually help. Um, so upgrading your brakes and your tires and whatever else may give you an increase to the braking stat down there at the bottom left. You can't really see actually because my face is probably in the way. But you can see that there's certain things that actually really the only thing that decreases it, and you can probably see beside my face when I come over here to the default brakes, the only thing that changes my stats would be adding the default brakes, and that worsens it. So basically everything else is the exact same. So I would recommend, unless you are really set on making a certain color scheme for your car, which you pretty much only have to choose from red, white, black, and orange, as far as the calipers and the pads go. Um, just pick the cheapest option for anything really. And I know you're not going to really see anything except for the intercooler if you can because you can take your front bumper off. So the intercooler does change. So if you want if you want to rock a specific brand, then sure, whatever. Uh, but realistically, and also I guess from the insane damage physics in this game, the front end of your car will be ripping off pretty much every race anyway. So you will see the engine and the turbo and the air intake and the intercooler. But realistically, I would just go for the cheapest option. The only thing that does change, and I went and equipped this one, I saved up a little bit of cash and was able to afford this the second one in here. So I didn't actually buy this one. I just went straight to this one, the $10,000 one. And soon enough, I'll be able to upgrade to this, but I might just save up all the way for this because I'm happy with it. But the engines do change the stats based on how far along you go and how much money you spend on them. So they do have different stat increases. And that's the only performance part that does actually. Not even the turbo. All the turbos are the same. Nothing's being changed except for the default, which obviously is decreasing because it's crap and default. So the next one is tires do actually increase braking. So if I go back to the default, you can see all these stats are worse beside my face there. I do apologize. I like having the face cam up, I guess. It just helps me relay certain things, and I like having the my facial expression and all that. A very emotive, I guess, expressive. So, oh, I want to upgrade my seats. So this is purely cosmetic, but let's do some interior stuff while we're here. There's one more tip and trick that I want to show you though. So seats, let's get some dope bucket seats going. Let's get these ones. That looks crazy. Yes. And because I was rocking a really nice looking car, but I have old and busted seats, old and busted steering wheel. So let's just get something in here. Something that looks cool. That looks pretty neat. How neat is that? That's pretty neat. Actually, I like this one. That is pretty neat. That's like the cheapest one too. Are you kidding me? I like that one the most. Let's go for that one. Let's do it. That's crazy. All right, gauges. All right, I guess we can just add this. Might as well. Let's do it. Add it up. We got a lot of money to spend. I've been playing a lot this morning. Oh yeah, we could do this too. All right, let's go for yeah, let's go for this. Why not? Looks like it's the most expansive one. So subwoofers, we can put some of these in here. I guess we'll go for like a color scheme, maybe. What looks cool. Now I know I'm rocking purple, but I kind of like the blue, the way that is. But, you know, I think that might clash too much. Not that we'll ever see this anyways. Let's go for these square ones. Let's do it. Alright, now we got a video screen that we can put in here as well. On the sides there. Yes. And an amp. Quit closing that. Alright, let's see what looks cool. I actually really like the first one. I think we're just going to rock the first one. Looks like it is the most expensive as well. Yeah, let's just do that. So cosmetics are, you want to go with the most expensive one because they show how much money you have and how much money you have to burn. Wheel tuning, we're good with that. Lights, you can change the headlights. The color of them. Check this out. Paint part. Front light. Can't change the rear lights. And then this is saved. This is the only thing that saves from previous stuff. I guess maybe if I don't know. I don't know how to save a color in there, but that was saved from my neon lights. But I wanted to go with a little bit darker one so it stands out more as purple. And then we're all set. So the next tip and trick that I wanted to show you involves getting some money. Now, some people may have already noticed this who have been playing the game. But for those of you who don't have the game yet, are kind of on the fence or really want the game but can't afford it yet, they're waiting for a sale maybe, but think that, you know, it's too hard to earn cash. I'm not very far in, so, well, I guess I'm getting close. I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've completed 6. I'm about to complete 7. And I had quite a lot of cash for upgrades and stuff, and I'll show you the main way to get that cash. So obviously as you go, these start rewarding with more and more. Actually, these are replay rewards. So you can replay these. I haven't been replaying any of them, but even this is still only 500. So this is the last race in the event. And we're going to complete this. I'm going to talk about some of the handling stuff, but you're going to see at the end of this, we're not going to get 500 for this race. This is the last race in the event. We're going to get a little bit of a bonus. I think I know how much it is, but I'm not going to spoil that just yet. We're going to talk about some of the handling stuff that I've noticed. So we're going to go. We're going to try and kill these guys with our nitro. Another thing I noticed was that the game said, frick me. The game said that driving recklessly helps refill that nitro gauge. Or NOS. I don't know why I can call it nitro. Maybe is it called nitro in the game? I don't know. But the NOS. The speed boost. The flames out of the exhaust. I haven't changed the exhaust yet either, actually. Oh, I think I did. Yeah, I must have. You can't really turn and brake at the same time. That was a horrible example of a corner. So that's the next tip and trick. Who was that? Coming in here. So you actually have to turn turn a lot sharper when you're not holding the brake. You kind of gotta get ready to take these corners at the appropriate angles. But basically what we're doing is we're letting off the brake, because when you brake, there's only so much steering that you can do. It's very restricted. So yeah, brake, but as soon as you let off the brake, so basically you kind of want pepper. As soon as you let off the brake, you're going to turn a lot easier. And I would wait before letting on the gas again to start accelerating until you have a good angle after the corner. So the next thing is the handbrake. So it is B, but you have to hold the gas at the same time. So you have to hold the gas. Oh, 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. Someone came to the door. Now the dog's crying. But yeah, the handbrake, you gotta do both at the same time, and you whip it around like that. It's basically a drift button. I don't like using it. Let off B, and then your car does that, and it's all finicky. I would rather just let off the gas, let off the brakes, pump the brakes a little bit. 1, 2, 1, 2, tap, tap, tap. You can't see my taillights going right now because they're all smashed up, but trust me, I am. Oh, here we go. 1. All right, so now the other point was that, check that out. we started, our total cash was 3,500. So we got the 500 for first place. So for this event, we got 3,000. Which is great. I think it probably, that bonus cash that you get for completing the events probably goes up and up, like probably by $500 for each new event that you unlock. So I would definitely recommend, don't just finish, you know, getting to your rep goal for the next one. As you can see, I need 12, that much, 1,250 more rep points to unlock that next tier. So don't just do, like, you know, the 3 or 4 and then move on. Finish all of it, because you get that increase in cash as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This might be a shorter one because there's not really much else to say. There's not really much else to do. You've seen me. Let's do one of these here. I don't like the joyride one. I don't like the sprint. We could do arcade race, I guess. Let's do an arcade race because I want to see if this is like the coloring on that looks different. Maybe it's just because of the event. But yeah, is this? Oh no, this is that zone that's always at night. Okay, I thought this was a different zone. We'll do one more here. This is arcade. This is where you have to just get as many checkpoints as you can. And you can see this is an example of the tail light. So you see me kind of not using the brake all the way through the corner, just a little bit to get down to speed. And then as soon as I do that, I turn easier. The car actually physically turns easier. And that's a good way to kind of drift and stuff through corners as it is. Like, you don't really need the handbrake. In fact, I would really recommend not using it because it's just so, like, I guess that was alright. I was using the handbrake there. But it would take some getting used to using that handbrake. But all this braking does anyways, so. Alright, so okay. Two more than we need. Crap. See, sometimes the steering is just a little too, sticky, I would say, I guess. Like, you just kind of a little too sensitive, too touchy. It just really sticks to that angle. And then it just takes a second, you know what I mean? Like, left and then right, right and then left. It just like takes a second, you know? And that's really frustrating because it should be more responsive. It should change the direction or pick up on the steering that you're inputting a lot faster and a lot more fluidly. There we go, first place. Another thing I would like to see actually for this game mode, the arcade race, is if I go over, if I continue to do checkpoints, you should give me a bonus for each checkpoint, for each additional checkpoint that I get, even if it's only like $10 per checkpoint. You know what I mean? That could really help because, like, there's kind of no point once you hit gold. You might as well just stop. Who cares, right? But I don't know. And then I guess one final tip and trick is don't just smash the A button through this screen. You can hit X to continue, and that'll put you right back in career mode, because if you hit A, it's just going to bring you to the garage, or you can, if you're not satisfied with the results that you got, you can press Y to restart it. So if I hit X, it's just going to bring me right back to the event, and I can just go to the next one. Or I can back out and go to the garage. But if I hit A, it's going to bring me right to the garage. And maybe that should be backwards. You know what I mean? Maybe A should just continue. And X should be the one that brings you to the garage. But yeah, we can see here we got, yeah, our car is like just completely customized out. There's not really much else that I want to do to it. I changed the tint on the windows to be purple. I changed the headlights to be purple. We got a pretty purple car. And that's the color that I want to go with it. I mean, I could change the parts to make it look different and stuff, but I don't really feel like doing that. Unless the only thing that I would add to customization of this car would be to add like vinyls, I guess, like liveries, so I can have like different cool paint jobs on it. Even if they're like pre-made ones, like the ones in Grand Theft Auto 5, where like each car has a different set of like um, vinyls that you could put on the side to give it like a custom paint job look. That'd be the only thing that I would add to the customization. So as long as like if somewhere down the road we get Super Street 2, like if this game does well enough for them to warrant that, which I hope it does, um, pardon me, then I hope that they keep the customization the exact same. The things that I think they can improve on, I've said in the previous video, like add some sort of story mode. I think that's gonna be the deciding factor for a lot of people. I think the price point is a little too steep because you don't have the story mode. But I think the price point of a lot of games is getting a little too steep. Like AAA games, like this is not the price point of a AAA game. As much as a lot of people are throwing that out there, at least in Canada, I'm sure it's gone up in other countries as well. But at least in Canada, like a AAA game, like if I wanted to buy a new Call of Duty, it's $80. $80. I'm not spending $80 every friggin' year on a new Call of Duty game. Like that's ridiculous. Um, but this is, probably the price of an expansion pack for World of Warcraft. I think I paid $60 for that. I think that's how much it's going for. And this is about 56 I paid Canadian. So yeah, it's $50 American. I guess that's the word on the street, on the super street. But Canadian I pay like $56, $57. So, I mean, it's not horrible, but I had credit on my Steam wallet. I don't know if I would just I would have dropped the money for it anyways. Because I really wanted to play this game. And I still am excited, but I don't think there's really much else to do unless you want to see me just complete race after race after race. I think tips and trick videos are more helpful, and like the customization videos of different cars are more helpful. So you kind of are limited, really, because like you don't want to see me just do race after race. And the multiplayer, I'm gonna say this right now, split screen probably be the only thing you can do. So you try to find a server. Oh wow, there is actually servers. There's 2 people playing multiplayer right now. This is noon. I realize it's a Thursday, so maybe those numbers go up, but I can't see them going up by much. There's literally 2 people playing right now. So when I tried earlier, there's nothing. I don't think this is a very popular game, unfortunately, because I really like it. There are areas I think they can improve. Hopefully they get an opportunity to make a second game where they can improve these things. But like I said, I just hope that they don't sacrifice customization of cars, because I think they got a really good thing. I hope they bring back these cars and add more, and I hope the customization level stays the same. I hope it increases a little bit. Like I said, with liveries, that would be really sick. But I hope they don't decrease the customization in any way, because I think they've got a perfect thing going on right now, and I wouldn't want them to sacrifice anything as far as customization goes. But that's it for this episode, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. Yeah, I think I've covered pretty much everything that I want to cover. If you have any other questions for like any tips or tricks or hints that maybe I picked up on or you've noticed in my game, like, oh, how'd you get that or something? But I think that pretty much covers everything anyways. Feel free to ask me though. That's gonna be it for me for episode 4. I might make one more episode just in general closer to the end of the game. With this car, I want to do another one because I want to restart, and you had to finish the career to be able to restart and pick a different car. So there'll probably be a couple more episodes, but there might only be one more episode with this car. So I'm trying to get through that whole career mode until that happens. So in a couple days, I'll probably go up. But that's it for me, guys. See you when I see you. Ladies and gentlemen.